Hello and welcome to the Daily Dulcinea. Today is July 31st, 2008, and on this day in history in 1970, the British Royal Navy ended Black Tot Day, which is when they would give their sailors a shot of rum. And Mark, can you tell us why they did this?
Well, it does sound a little dangerous, this combination
Drunken
of
sailors.
sailors and rum, right?
Right.
But actually, there was a very practical reason, and that was it started in 1655. So, the British Empire was very expansive. If you were in the British Navy, you could be gone at sea for months and maybe even years at a time. And so they needed a beverage that would not rot in the barrels that were used to hold the beverage, and rum, because of its alcohol content, would not rot. It also kept the men's spirits up when they were gone for months at a time.
Right. And what I understand, there was a positive unintended consequence.
Yes, there's some dispute about this in my research, but it appears that there was an admiral doctor in the Navy who noticed that scurvy was a terrible disease among sailors, and that those who consumed their alcohol rations did not get scurvy. And the reason was they were also given lime juice to mix with the rum to make it more drinkable. So they realized that the fruits prevented scurvy, which is caused by the absence of vitamin C. And so they saw that the drinkers were healthy and the ones who didn't drink weren't. So
well, then why did they end it? They have positive consequences. It keeps the sailors' spirits up. They don't get scurvy. Why end it?
Yeah, good question. A lot of people were upset about it, but I think the reason is they no longer needed it to prevent scurvy. They had long figured out that there was a lot of that could actually have people eat fruit, etc. But also they also no longer needed it for the storage reasons. There are now lots of different ways for transporting fluids.
You don't have to worry about it rotting in a barrel, right?
Exactly. And also the weaponry, of course, on the British Navy ships just became all the more complex, and they just thought the image of someone firing a great big gun off a Navy ship while possibly intoxicated just didn't work as an image anymore. So they ended it.
Right, and I understand that the U.S. sailors had a similar.
Yes, they did. The U.S. actually also started supplying alcohol even before its days of independence in the mid 1700s to soldiers for much the same reason. And in fact, I toured the USS Constitution, Old Ironsides, which is one of the oldest warships still intact, and it's up in Boston, in the Boston Harbor there. And they took us down to the cannon deck and showed us how these cannons, when they fired, would spring back 10 or 15 feet at 40 miles an hour, and they weighed 6,000 pounds.
Wow.
And part of the issue was that a lot of the sailors were given this daily ration that was not enough to become intoxicated. They took to hiding it away. So instead of having a little nip, 7 days a week, they would save it up and twice a week get rather drunk. And so just as driving while intoxicated is a very dangerous thing to do, while firing a 6,000-pound cannon that's going to be springing back at 40 miles an hour is also a very dangerous thing to do while drunk. So
not a great idea.
They had to officially dissuade them from doing that and said, if you want the rum, you need to drink it the day you get it. They also started paying people not to take the rum, and so that kind of cut down on the consumption a bit. But they actually ended that practice in 1862.
Well ahead of
because there was a temperance movement in the U.S. So, the Brits, they were very sad about this. There were a lot of elaborate, actually funeral type of ceremonies on Black Tot Day, where they actually buried the cask that was used to disseminate the rum.
Right, with a tombstone.
Yes, someone buried it with a tombstone. They still are upset about it, but at least they got it for 108 years more than the U.S. sailors did. So I hope they're happy with that.
Yeah, it's not such a bad deal. Well, thank you for your report. And that's thank you. That's all the time that we have for today's Daily Dulcinea. Please join us again tomorrow. And for more information on this story as well as others, please visit us at findingdulcinea.com. Thank you.